Hello, my name is Chris Wilson. I would like to welcome you to School Security Solutions, or as we like to call it, S3. I do want to preface something before we go any further. We are not a security company. We do not sell security systems, we do not install security systems, and we are not going to try to sell you a security systems. I'm a parent. I'm a parent of two beautiful little girls. And with what has happened recently in Newtown, Connecticut, and that tragedy, I just couldn't sleep for about a week. It was very unnerving for myself because when I woke up in the morning, I always had in the back of my mind, when that bus left with my two children, was something going to happen in that school? Was I going to get a phone call? Were my children going to be safe? Were they going to come back at the end of the day? And I just had many restless nights. And as I watch TV and you look at all the issues and all the passion, all the emotions that are going on, it just was very unnerving to me of all the issues that were being discussed, but not many solutions were really being addressed. And the solutions I think that were being addressed, I just wasn't satisfied with. So as I had the sleepless nights, I was just thinking, what kind of solutions could we come up with and how could I make a difference? And as I talk to other parents in the community, they just want to make a difference and they just want a safe place for their children to learn and to come home. And I think, isn't that what we all want? So what I'm going to attempt in this video is I'm going to discuss what I feel are the two main issues that I came up with over all the sleepless nights and what I feel we need to address as a community, as schools, as administration, and as parents to come up with some solutions to make our schools safer. And at the end of this video, you're going to have access to detailed information on how you, right now, if you're a school district, if you're a particular school, if you're an organization outside of the school, and you would like to take the initiative and get this started already, how you can get started right away and help implement a plan that can address what I feel are the two main problems. And I'd like to see if you would agree also. Issue number one is funding. It doesn't matter what kind of solution that we come up with, don't you feel that the number one issue around whatever solution is funding? We can put the best security systems in there, high-tech security systems, we can hire guards, we can do all that, but here's the bottom line. Who is going to fund these programs? Can we come up with a solution to fund these programs where we don't have to raise taxes, we don't have to rely on the government? What if we can fund a program 100% ourselves? Think about that. Issue number two, which I have not seen addressed yet, and I would like to, man, if we could talk right now, I would love to have your input on what you think about this. But don't you feel that we need to change the culture of security in schools, but also the culture of our students? We need to, don't you agree that we need to help our students become better individuals and better future citizens? Increase their potential, their morals, their values, their integrity, what they're all about, but more importantly, their self-image, their self-esteem. When we can look at statistics after statistics after statistics, you can talk to kids. If you have children yourself, you can see at how low their self-image is with bullying and all these issues that are going on. By the time students leave high school, it's amazing at how many of them have a poor self-image of themselves, on what they think they can achieve, and on what they think is out there as far as opportunities in their life. Now, some people are probably thinking, what does that have to do with school security? Do you not feel that if we can make our students better individuals, that makes our school more secure? We're producing better individuals with higher integrity, higher morals, that are much more aware of the key core components of being a good individual. And then when we couple that with the funding to put in high-tech security systems, which we probably would all agree at this point are a definite and they need to be installed. Now here's the issue. What are the issues that are facing these two problems, and what are the solutions that we can tackle and implement right away? And that's what we're going to discuss here over the next couple minutes. So let's focus on funding. Number one, do you actually think that the government and the state governments should actually fund these programs? I mean, how would you like it that that there's funds available, your school district, your high school, whatever it is, they get these funds, they put in this great high-tech system, they hire these guards, and next thing you know, the funding stops. Who foots the bill from that point on? Okay, who does? Do we expect that the government and local government and the state are actually going to fund these programs forever? And if they do, then aren't the schools at the mercy of these grants and of these government entities of giving them all the support? Who determines who gets more support and where the money goes? It's an absolute mess. Wouldn't you agree? So, would you agree that grants and government aid and everything, is that the real solution? Next thing, how about increasing taxes? Do we honestly want to go to our community with everything that's going on with the economy and say, look, we know we need to address this, but can we honestly go and say, hey, let's raise the taxes to put this in there? Or wouldn't you agree that our community members are already struggling? How about the parents that don't even have children, that already had children and they already went through school and they're retired and they're living on fixed budgets? Can we honestly go to them and say, hey, we need to increase your taxes and you're already paying high taxes as it is? We need you to foot the bill? Is that actually a solution? Or what if we could come up with a way where each community could self-fund the security system, everything that goes along with it, with a long-term solution without raising taxes and without taking any grants from any local government? Now, I know you're probably watching this and saying, you know what, that cannot happen, that's absolutely crazy. Well, you know what, we have a solution and we're going to give you that information, but now let's address the second part, because we know we have this solved, okay? We will show you a way to fund this 100%. And is it expensive? Yes, it is, but you know what, we can get it done. We just got to be creative when we do it, that's all. Issue number 2, we're talking about self-image. Dr. Walter Staples has an incredible best-selling book out there called Think Like a Winner. You can go on Google and you can look up all these statistics, but 80% of the population in America have a poor self-image of themselves. So if you can take a high school of 1,000 kids, rest assured that 800 of them have a poor self-image about themselves. And the farther they go on through life, the worse their self-image gets, because there's so many issues that just aren't being tackled in the formal education system. You know, a lot of these kids, they just don't have any confidence in themselves. And then when they don't have self-esteem, then they're kind of shut out. And then when they feel that there's not an opportunity out there as far as being successful in life, then it just gets into this downward cycle. So, if 80% of our children have a poor self-image, and there are obviously different levels of a poor self-image, is formal education actually addressing it? I was a former educator in the high school, so not only am I a parent, but I'm also a former educator. So I can relate to this, and I hope you can too. As a former educator, schools teach based off a curriculum, wouldn't you agree? And that curriculum has been developed by individuals within the state. And in that curriculum, what's taught primarily are English, science, and math. They teach the academics, and then they hire a couple of guidance counselors to deal with any issues, deal with helping kids be successful, get on the right path, if kids have emotional problems, to help identify that. Do you honestly think that if you have a high school of 1,000 or 4,000 kids, that a handful of staff of guidance counselors are going to address increasing 80% of the population's self-image? And then if it's not even the curriculum, do we expect that anything's going to change in the culture? Has any of that been addressed in your community? Has any of your administration, have they addressed what programs are we going to implement as a school? You know, they're not going to do it. You want to know why? Because at the end of the day, their job is to follow a curriculum. So as much as we focus on funding, do you really think that the real issue is going to be addressed of making our kids better and helping them with the poor self-image so we can have a different culture in the school? What if we can turn this around and have a huge, the majority have a great self-image? Wouldn't that make our schools more safe when we have more people that are aware of other students that are struggling, and now our students can help those students and reach out to those students? Because aren't they the individuals that cling to students? Students will follow students, right? Are they really going to follow adults and these programs and what formal education is trying to do? I think you probably know the answer. So, what's the solution? The solution is self-improvement. What if we could create a curriculum that addresses self-improvement, but also addresses funding the schools 100%? What if we can take $1 and have it work twice? Have it work for a program to help children have greater self-image, but also that program fully fund 100% the security systems and the security needs of the schools. And because it's 100%, the schools and the community are 100% in control of everything that's going on. That's what we've done. That's what we do here at S3. We have come up with a solution to address both of these problems that can be implemented right away. If we pique some interest, if you want to gather some information from this point on, just enter your information below and we will get you that information. We'll send it to you and we will give you solutions to this problem. But look, we are parents. We want our schools safe. And we are just not going to sit back and let other people come up with what they feel are the issues but not address the real problems. And then in the back of our minds know that they're not going to be funded and are not going to be done the right way. We are proactive and we are looking for proactive parents, proactive individuals in communities, and a proactive organization that says, you know what? I want to stand up in my community and I want to offer a program that's going to do both. I want to be the organization that funds this 100% for the schools. I want to be the organization that offers education to the kids to help them become better. I want to be the one to do that. So if you're the one, you want to gather some more information, just put your information in below, and we can't wait to talk with you on the next video, and you'll have access to some documents, ebooks that you can download that will discuss more in detail how we address these issues. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. My name is Chris Wilson with S3. Have a great day.